Hi, I'm Ananya Mariam Rajesh, the Associate Sub-Editor at Fibre2Fashion, and today with us we have Sanjay Jain, the CEO of PDS Limited. Good morning, sir, and thanks to giving us this time today here. One of our first questions for you is that PDS is known to be at the forefront of innovation, and you have always tied it up with, say, the manufacturing and textile industry with a lot of partnerships, and you've grown in this space. How does Busana's partnership, set in this aspect?
Yeah, hi Ananya. So this is a partnership in the manufacturing segment that we have as part of the PDS portfolio. We've been having two factories in Bangladesh and one factory in India. So we do about last year did about 1100 crore turnover, and Busana is largely running manufacturing out of Indonesia, and they do about 5,000 crore plus of turnover. And we cater largely to value customers,
Yeah.
and Busana caters largely to fashion high-end customers. So both parties felt that while we will continue to independently run our factories, if we form a JV overlaying, wherein we could bring our customer strengths, we could bring our manufacturing strengths into the JV, and then let it get disseminated to
Yeah.
our manufacturing units. So then it could be win-win for both sides. And for specifically PDS, while we're running full, we believe through the high value, high fashion customers of Busana, we have an opportunity to upgrade our customer profile, and as a result, make relatively more money for the cost that we put into factories. We also see that in many respects, Busana has done some pockets of excellence from operations perspective as well. So we'll be very keen to learn from that as well. So we believe it's a step in the direction of uh, you know profitability augmentation eventually from our existing factories.
Got it. And in today's world, there's a lot of uncertainty. There's trade agreement disputes. There's war happening. There's China plus one. So where does this partnership fit in that aspect for PDS?
See, to all these geopolitical aspects that you highlighted, I think the way the supply chains are emerging, they are becoming very well diversified. So, to PDS, for example, when I'm trying to cater to my retail customers, then I'm not just focusing on one particular country. Today, we source from our vendor partner factories, which are in Bangladesh, in Sri Lanka, in India, in Egypt, in Latin America, in China, and in Vietnam, and now partnership with Busana in Indonesia, wherein they have factories over there as well. So it fits very well from the perspective of diversifying the manufacturing sourcing base, and also from on a customer front as well. We sell almost 45 plus of our revenue into UK, another 25 into Europe, and now
Yes.
increasingly more and more into US, about 20%. So well diversified on the front end, well diversified at the back end. So this partnership, therefore, in that context, helps me on one hand diversify the sourcing base, also helps me augment and widen my
Yes.
customer side as well.
Do you think this is a margin game at the end of the day for, say, supply chain today to benefit from, say, sourcing diversification?
I would say margins are a byproduct.
Yeah.
It's an attempt to serve our customers better.
Yeah.
It's an attempt to try and mitigate any impact of the geopolitical risks
Yes,
that
yes.
you mentioned. The entire retail landscape is emerging from widening of global supply chain. It's a serious attempt in that direction. It's an attempt, as I said earlier, to augment the profitability of our factories. So I believe margins should
It should be a
automatically follow.
byproduct. Yeah. And you have said that, in the release that was out today, that strategic capability is what you're looking for rather than, say, production capacity also. So, how does this partnership change the way that PDSA works with brands now going forth?
See, as I just touched upon in previous question,
Yeah.
having a partnership access to manufacturing in Indonesia
Is
is
one.
an additional strength that you bring on the table as well. To be able to demonstrate to my existing relationships that I have got a partner who's hand holding me to upgrade my skills,
Yeah.
to be able to cater to the high-end fashion requirements of my existing customers as well.
Yes.
Besides the fact that I am hoping to benefit from getting an access to the high-end fashion customer base of Busana to my existing customers as well. If I am learning those skills, my ability to cater to their wider set of requirements, I think,
Expands also, I think.
also goes up. Yeah.
Got it. And could this be the first of several such partnerships that PDS is, making a part of its manufacturing ecosystems?
Well, I would say we've done one, and give us time to take this into our stride. We are not in any kind of hurry. This is a serious commitment from BDS side, from Busana side. We both want to give each other time for this to unfold into the results that we have foreseen. So, no hurry. I think there are prospects, but I think let's make the most of what we have signed rather than running after too many.
And with India in the picture, how do you think we are expanding as a global textile hub also? So, do you think with Indonesia's partnership and India and Bangladesh, it's going to be a portfolio of, say, a lot of brands now coming to us?
So there are two distinct points we are discussing here. I touched upon widening of the
Yeah.
sourcing base. At the same time, India itself is, strongly emerging as a very strong sourcing destinations for our customers. In fact, we anticipated that to happen because the government of India has been taking, very important measures to address all aspects related to growth of textile and apparel from India. And therefore, we went ahead and did an acquisition of facility in Knit Gallery. So that allows me to demonstrate to the customers that I've actually invested into factory.
Yeah.
So therefore, I know what it takes to run manufacturing operations. But while this one acquisition we've done, we would now be taking it ahead in line with our model of partner factories.
Understood.
So therefore, this Bharat Tex participation of ours, in terms of being a fashion partner, most importantly, the entire stall that you see is entirely focused on showcasing my manufacturing strength.
Yeah, indeed.
Because we believe that the buyers are, looking at India more and more encouragingly, and therefore we felt this is the platform to showcase our manufacturing and as a result make the most of the unfolding opportunity.
And I think my last question would touch upon something that's gone into place today, the India-UK FTA. And you said we are becoming a bigger, manufacturing hub at this point. So, what's your thought about the FTA and the prospects for the next few months?
I think very excited about it. The excitement also comes from the fact that today, whatever we are selling, close to half of that is getting into UK market.
Yes.
But so far, largely we were feeding that from markets, from the sourcing places beyond India.
Okay.
And now we believe with this FTA in place, there is an opportunity to feed into UK by sourcing more and more from India. This acquisition that we have done, the partnerships that we are signing, the showcasing of the strength, that we are doing in Bharat Tex, we believe, is going to help us manifold increasing exports from India because the relationships with the UK retailers are already in place for us.
Yeah.
And my UK retail customer is also looking at sourcing more from India. So therefore, we are very excited that the initiative that the government of India has taken, we really want to be in the lead to convert that initiative into real revenue and real benefits for our country.
Got it. Thank you so much, Sanjay. It was so lovely talking to you. I hope you have a good day.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Bye.
Thank you.